Have you ever really thought about that invisible web connecting your entire life to, well, the rest of the planet? It's kind of amazing, right? From your bedroom all the way to Brazil, everything is powered by computer networks. So let's pull back the curtain and figure out how this technology that we use every single second actually works.
I mean, seriously, just think about it for a second. You tap on your screen and boom, in a flash, you're watching a video from a totally different continent. It really does feel like magic, but of course it's not. It's the incredible architecture of computer networks, and we're about to see exactly how it's all put together.
So, first things first, what even is a network? Well, before we can connect the entire world, we have to start with this one beautifully simple idea: sharing.
And that's really it at its core. A network is just a bunch of computers and other gadgets, things like printers or servers, all linked up. This connection lets them talk to each other, share files, and even use the same equipment. You can think of it like a digital team huddle.
Okay, to really get this, let's start small. Like really small, right in our own digital neighborhood. And this is what we call the local area network, or for short, a LAN.
The key word here is definitely local. A LAN is all about being close. It's the network that connects all the computers in your school's library, or all the devices in your office building, or even just the gadgets you have in your own home. It's private, and it's contained within a pretty small area.
So this right here is a perfect picture of a classic LAN. You've got several computers, which in network lingo we call clients, and they're all hooked up to a central point. This is what lets them all access shared stuff, like that printer over on the left, or maybe a central server that holds all the important files. And the best part? You don't need a separate printer for every single computer.
So if you're going to remember anything about a LAN, remember this: it's small, it's private, and its main job is just to make sharing super easy, whether you're sharing files or you're sharing expensive equipment like a really nice printer.
Now, LANs are awesome for a single office or a school, but that's not the whole story, is it? We don't just talk to people in the same room. We talk to people across cities and countries and even oceans. So the big question is, what happens when we start linking all of these individual LANs together?
Well, that's when we take a huge leap. We go from something local to something much, much bigger: the global network. This is the Wide Area Network, or WAN.
Right, so if a LAN is your local neighborhood, a WAN is pretty much the entire planet. The name kind of gives it away: wide area. This is a network that isn't stuck in one building. It spans enormous distances, connecting cities, countries, and even continents.
And this is the fundamental idea to grasp. A WAN is basically a network of networks. It takes all those little local groups of computers, all those LANs we just talked about, and it links them together across massive distances to form one gigantic interconnected web. And hey, this might sound all theoretical, but you use a WAN every single day. The second your phone connects to the Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, or you use your mobile data on the bus, that's it. You're plugging your device directly into a massive wide area network. You are literally joining a global conversation.
So how on earth is this even possible? Honestly, it's a massive engineering achievement. Our data zips through undersea fiber optic cables, it travels along old telephone lines, and for the most remote places on Earth, it gets beamed up into space and back down again. And those little boxes you have at home, your router and your modem, they're like the traffic cops, directing all that data exactly where it needs to go.
And you know what? Let's just take a second to appreciate the role of satellites here. They are the ultimate gap fillers. When you can't exactly lay a cable across a huge ocean or a mountain range, these incredible machines floating way up in orbit make sure that almost no corner of the planet is left disconnected from the WAN.
So what is the biggest, most famous example of a wide area network? You're using it this very second. It's the internet. That's all the internet really is, the largest WAN in the world. Just a giant collection of millions and millions of computers and smaller networks all talking to each other to share data